Welcome back to B&B for Phone. Today is a truly fantastic day to dive deep into the juicy, ever-evolving drama of Los Angeles. Grab your coffee and settle in, because the tension over at Forrester Creations is reaching an absolute boiling point, and we desperately need to talk about the impending explosion. Let's be honest. We all knew the fragile peace between the Logans and the Forresters was nothing more than a ticking time bomb waiting to detonate. But here's the surprise. Brooke Logan is actually making a terrifyingly bold play for the co-CEO chair. Can you believe it? According to the latest bombshell updates from the timeline, Hope Logan has completely manipulated her mother into this audacious, frankly unbelievable move. Hope is exhausted and entirely tired of Liam Spencer breathing down her neck, constantly begging her to jump ship and abandon Forrester Creations to work for Katie's new Logan fashion house. Instead of leaving her troubled hope for the future line behind, Hope has decided to conquer the company from within. She actively urged Brooke to pursue the co-CEO position. And you won't believe what happens next. Brooke actually went home and made a seductive, irresistible offer to Ridge to oust his own daughter, Steffy Forrester Finnegan, and replace her. This slow-paced plot of corporate musical chairs just got a massive adrenaline injection, setting the stage for the ultimate family warfare. But wait, while all this corporate espionage and bedroom manipulation is happening behind closed doors, we have to ask a massive, glaring question that is on everyone's mind. Where on earth is Taylor Hayes? We have not seen much of our favorite world-renowned psychiatrist since she and Deacon Sharp decided to move forward with their romance, hoping that Sheila Carter had finally given up. We know they are currently living in a romantic bubble, but surely Taylor cannot stay hidden away forever. When the shocking news inevitably drops that Brooke is actively trying to dethrone Steffy and steal her hard-earned position, do you really think Taylor is going to sit back and watch from the sidelines? Absolutely no way. I absolutely love Taylor's fierce, mother bear protective instincts, and I firmly believe she is about to make a grand, explosive return to the center stage of the Forrester Creations drama to defend her daughter's legacy. Let's talk about the successor characters for a second and analyze their current psychological states. Steffy is currently holding down the fort at Forrester Creations, dealing with the exhausting, chaotic fallout of Ivy Forrester's intercepted letter scheme and the ridiculous love quadrangle between Will, Electra, R, J, and Dylan. Steffy is incredibly stressed, she is highly authoritative, and she is absolutely fed up with the endless office drama. Now, imagine the sheer suspense and pure devastation when she finds out that her own father is actually contemplating firing her to appease Brooke. Steffy already firmly believes that Hope is the master puppeteer behind this entire power grab. Steffy knows that Hope's fashion line has been stalling, and instead of fixing the actual designs, Hope is trying to fix the management to secure her own safety net. Steffy's rage is going to be legendary, and she will undoubtedly blow her heights when Ridge fills her in on Brooke's sights. But Steffy should not have to fight this massive corporate battle alone. This is exactly where Taylor must step in. You might be thinking, but B&B for Phone, Taylor isn't a fashion designer. She has absolutely no business interfering in the Forrester boardroom. And you know what? You are completely right on a professional level. But let's look at the deep emotional psychology and the rich history of this show. Taylor's entire adult life has been defined by Brooke Logan taking things that rightfully belong to her and her family. First, it was Ridge, over and over again in a never-ending cycle of heartbreak. Now, Brooke is coming for Steffy's professional legacy. Taylor might not care about fabric swatches, runway shows, or replacement actors for fashion models, but she cares deeply about her daughter's mental health and rightful inheritance. Taylor is going to be absolutely furious that Brooke had the unmitigated audacity to put Ridge in this impossible, heart-wrenching position in the very first place. How dare Brooke use her sexuality to manipulate Ridge into betraying his own flesh and blood? That is crazy. Taylor will see right through this toxic, manipulative dynamic, and her maternal instincts will force her to step into the ring to protect Steffy. Picture this plot twist with me, because I can vividly see the scene playing out on our screens. Brooke is standing in the pristine CEO office, perhaps gloating to Hope about how Ridge is slowly coming around to their brilliant idea. Suddenly, the heavy office doors swing open, and in walks Taylor Hayes, radiating absolute, unadulterated fury. The suspense in that room would be thick enough to cut with a knife. Taylor will not mince her words. She will look Brooke dead in the eye and call her out for exactly what she is doing, repeating the exact same destructive, selfish cycles from decades past. Taylor will confront Brooke about the co-CEO takeover, explicitly stating that Brooke is foolishly allowing Hope to manipulate her. Taylor will demand to know why Brooke can never just be happy and content with what she already has. Why does she always have to take from Steffy? I absolutely hate how Brooke always plays the innocent victim when she gets called out on her scheming, but Taylor will not let her get away with it this time. The confrontation will be epic, emotional, and long overdue. And let's not let Ridge Forrester off the hook here. Oh my goodness, my frustration with Ridge is completely off the charts right now. As an analyst, looking closely at Ridge's psychological profile, he is undeniably the weakest link in this entire family dynamic. Brooke makes a seductive offer when he gets home, and suddenly his brain turns to absolute mush. Are you kidding me? Ridge was clearly uncomfortable with the idea of replacing Steffy with Brooke, but he couldn't just say a firm, absolute, unwavering no. Instead, he weakly agreed to consider a possible co-CEO swap. That is a massive, unforgivable betrayal to Steffy, who has dedicated her life to running that company. When Taylor finds out that Ridge didn't immediately shut Brooke down and defend his daughter, she is going to unleash decades of pent-up resentment on him. Taylor will hold Ridge strictly accountable for entertaining this hostile takeover. She will remind him, loudly and clearly, that Steffy has bled for that company, while Hope just complains about her struggling line and demands special treatment. This whole infuriating situation perfectly highlights the eternal, inescapable generational war on the bold and the beautiful. We have the fiercely loyal mothers, Taylor and Brooke, acting as the commanding generals, and the ambitious daughters, Steffy and Hope, acting as the frontline soldiers. Hope is brilliantly, yet deviously, using Brooke as a weapon to secure her corporate safety net. Steffy is going to desperately need Taylor to act as her impenetrable shield against Brooke's relentless manipulation. It is utterly fascinating to watch Hope's character evolution here. She used to be the sweet, innocent, morally superior Logan who just wanted everyone to get along and be kind. Now, she is orchestrating ruthless boardroom coups. I actually love this darker, more strategic, and slightly villainous side of Hope, even if it is incredibly hypocritical of her past values. But Taylor, being a brilliant psychiatrist, will instantly diagnose Hope's erratic behavior. Taylor will completely validate Steffy's theory that Hope manipulated Brooke into this bold move simply because Hope's line is failing and she needs a human shield. And let's not forget the other massive, complicated piece of this puzzle, Katie Logan Spencer. Katie is currently trying her hardest to lure Hope away to her new Logan fashion house. Donna is absolutely terrified that this poaching attempt will ignite a massive family feud between Katie and Brooke. But think about how beautifully this plays into Taylor's hands. If Taylor confronts Brooke, she has the absolute perfect ammunition ready to fire. Taylor can say, "Brooke, even your own sister Katie sees that Hope doesn't belong at Forrester Creations anymore." Katie is offering Hope a generous way out, a fresh start, but you are so blindly obsessed with dominating the Forresters that you would rather destroy my daughter's career than let Hope leave and stand on her own 2 feet. This interconnected web of alliances and betrayals is exactly what makes this show so incredibly addictive. Taylor could totally use the Katie situation to mathematically prove that Brooke's power grab is entirely driven by Logan ego, not sound business sense. Furthermore, we have to analyze how this potential confrontation will impact the historical dynamics of physical altercations on the show. We all remember the iconic, legendary physical fights between Taylor and Brooke. The unforgettable cake fight at the wedding, the messy mud fight in the garden, these two women have a long history of letting their rage turn physical. If Taylor marches into Forrester Creations to defend Steffy's co-CEO title, could we see another physical showdown? I would absolutely love to see these two matriarchs throw down over their daughters' legacies. The emotional stakes have never been higher. Brooke believes she is protecting Hope from Steffy's mistreatment, while Taylor believes she is protecting Steffy from Brooke's endless greed. When two unstoppable forces collide like this, the collateral damage is going to be spectacular. We also have to consider the Deacon Sharp element in all of this. How is Deacon going to feel if Taylor suddenly rushes off to wage war against Brooke? Deacon is currently romancing Taylor, hoping to build a beautiful, peaceful future with her. But Deacon also shares a daughter, Hope, with Brooke. Deacon loves Hope unconditionally and has a deep, lingering affection for Brooke. If Taylor goes on the warpath to destroy Brooke's co-CEO dreams and expose Hope's manipulation, Deacon is going to be caught squarely in the middle of a massive conflict of interest. This could severely damage Taylor and Deacon's fragile new relationship. Will Deacon defend his daughter Hope, or will he stand by his new love, Taylor? The psychological torture this will inflict on Deacon is going to be incredible to watch. However, we absolutely must address the massive, terrifying elephant in the room regarding Taylor's potential return to the Forrester drama. If Taylor steps back into the bright spotlight to fight Brooke over Steffy's CEO position, she is dangerously taking her eyes off her own personal life. And right now, Taylor is in extreme, life-threatening danger. She and Deacon are happily playing house, while Sheila Carter, the most dangerous, psychotic villain in soap opera history, is actively plotting her sinister May sweeps revenge. Sheila clearly isn't going to just move on and leave the duo alone. If Taylor is entirely distracted by Brooke and Ridge's corporate mess, she becomes highly vulnerable to Sheila's manipulative and deadly moves. Could this corporate feud be the exact distraction Sheila needs to strike a fatal blow? I am absolutely terrified for Taylor. I love her fierce defense of Steffy, but I hate that it might leave her exposed to a psychotic attack from a woman who has already shot her before. Talk about a massive plot twist waiting to happen. So, let's wrap this all together into one explosive package. The collision course is officially set. Brooke desperately wants the co-CEO chair to protect Hope's failing fashion line. Ridge is entirely too weak and mesmerized to stop her from taking it. Steffy is about to explode from the ultimate betrayal by her own father. And Taylor Hayes is the only person on earth who can truly stand up to Brooke, see through the manipulation, and defend Steffy's rightful legacy. A massive confrontation between Taylor and Brooke is not just likely, it is absolutely necessary for the internal logic and emotional payoff of the show. Taylor will be furious that Brooke put Ridge in this compromising position, and she will definitely agree with Steffy that Hope is the true mastermind pulling the strings behind the curtain. But what do you guys think? Do you think Taylor will return from her romantic hiatus to confront Brooke about this ridiculous power play? Will she risk her relationship with Deacon to fight for Steffy? And will there be another epic, messy, physical showdown between these two legendary matriarchs? Drop your most dramatic thoughts and fan theories in the comments below. We absolutely love reading your insights, and we will definitely discuss them in our next video.
What do you guys think about today's drama? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for your daily dose of bold and beautiful news. See you in the next video.